Well, here we are. Thoughts from the office. Redneck's Pride Outdoors. As we get closer to the trapping season, here it is, almost September 1st. A lot of trapping will start in other states. Mid-September, end of September, October, that type of thing. So we get into conversations with folks and talk about things. And here in New Jersey, it used to be a really, really big muskrat state. Not as big anymore. The main muskrat trapping that is done, when I'm talking about Maine, I'm talking about where the guys are catching 6, 7, 8, 9,000 rats, are no longer happening. But those boys was tidal meadow, and our tide meadows, the tides on the western side of the state where I'm from, along the Delaware River, Delaware Bay, Delaware River mainly, the tide will go up 6 to 8 feet on every swing, and it go up and it go down 6 to 8 feet on every swing. So the conibear was king because our laws allowed us to set the 110 conibear in the deep holes or the high holes, as long as the water covers the trap at high tide, normal high tide, that trap is legal. Okay. But when you got into the freshwater streams and creeks and lakes and what have you, especially in South Jersey, you don't have the depth of the water to a lot of times to be able to put a 110 conibear into it and cover it. And when you can, the muskrats aren't there. They're going to be up in the shallower areas where, 4 inches, just shy. We can't have any of the trap exposed. It's got to be totally, the top of the jaw has got to be with the water level. So I had a young feller saying he can't catch the muskrats in his stream. The stream's only 4 inches deep. The conibear doesn't submerge in where the muskrats are at. And I said, well, what about your cable restraints? And it's wide open. The streams are real wide, and there's no places to set the cable. Well, there is, but he's not seeing it, and that's okay. So I said, you ever think of a pocket set? And looked at me, and I said, you got a foot, maybe 2 foot bank, don't you? And he said, yeah. And I said, you got 4 inches of water, 3 inches of water, right? And he goes, yeah. So make a pocket set. And he couldn't grasp what I was saying. Now, many of you aren't going to grasp what I'm saying. And I'm purposely not going to tell you how to make it. I want to make you think about it. But I'm going to give you little tidbits that if you think about what I'm saying, you listen to what I'm saying, but think about what I'm not saying, you'll understand it. The beauty of a pocket set is eye appeal. When you put a pocket set in, you have this hole, which is a eye appeal. You have shined up mud, or however you make your pocket set. You've got a really good eye appeal right there. And you dig it in, and you dig it in on your angle, just like you would back in the old foothold days. And the pocket set is great for the foothold, because you took the foothold and you put it just underneath the water level, if you will, on that little shelf. The water covered the trap, and when the animal stepped on that little shelf to go back into the hole to get the bait or lure, they got caught in the foot trap. Well, we can't use foot traps in New Jersey. So how do you take a conibear in 4 inches of water 4.5 inches is what you need to completely cover the conibear to make it legal, yet keep the eye appeal there and keep it so the smell, the odor of the lure or bait comes out of the hole. And I'll be honest with you, I struggle with it too. I couldn't figure it out. Then how do I do this? Well, everybody knows that if you only need a 1/2 inch of water depth to cover your conibear, just dig it out a little bit. I mean, that's just common sense. Everybody, duh, right? Yeah. But then how do you keep the hole as a visual? How do you keep the smell coming out? And how do you keep them from going over top of the conibear? You know, it's amazing when we're setting conibears out on the meadows. We use big long stakes, 6, 8, 10 feet stakes with ribbons on top. And we hook our conibear to it and we slide it down, the ring down onto it, and we set it right in the run on that meadow. But how we used to do it in the fresh water, when we had a little bit better rat trapping, is you would go in your run and you would set your conibear down in the run or natural hole or whatever, and you would crisscross 2 sticks. So your trap is like this, and you put a stick this way and you put a stick that way. And what that did was it stabilized the trap from rocking back and forth, falling down. But it also gave a door, if you will, or tunnel, or whatever you want to call it, for the mink or muskrat to go through. So you got your hole, you got it shined up, you got some eye attractor there, whether it's whatever you want to use as your eye attractor. Maybe it's slicked up mud or whatever. You get your bait and lure back up inside there. And one of the little tricks that we've learned is, even though I'm taking the bait and lure up on an angle on that hole to keep it dry and what have you, keep the smell coming out, I will pour a little oil, little lure, so it hits the water and runs out that hole. As your current is going down your stream, or even as the wind is blowing in a pond, water is moving and it's washing water in and it's washing water out. And when it washes the water in and it washes the water out, your smell, your scent, your lure, your oil, your whatever, is coming out with it through the hole, plus it's coming out through the top of the hole, you know, the air hole, the air portion of it. And it's so simple to do, yet it's so complicated because most people don't think it through. Hurts their brain. But once you think it through and you figure it out, you never have to think about it again. Like driving a car or riding a bike. You done thought about it one time, you thunk about it, you figured it out, and then you don't have to thunk about it no more. I had another gentleman, good trapper. He's a good trapper. He asked me, does the school, South Jersey Trapping and Snaring School, cover mink and muskrat when there isn't a lot of sign? Yeah, and we're definitely going to this year. We do, but we're definitely going to this year. Because that same pocket set works with a snare. That pocket set works with a conibear. Standing up. That pocket set works with a quick kill. That pocket set works with a conibear set in a different position. Just a little food for thought. Make you think a little bit. Of course, you don't want to think. You can come to the South Jersey Trapping and Snaring School in January, the third weekend of January, and see how I do it. All right, we'll leave it there. Thoughts from the office, Redneck's Pride Outdoors. Oh, hey, see you in Herkimer this weekend. Talk to you later. Bye.